All right, so I mentioned over on the Discord community yesterday, I dropped a post on there, the announcement section, stating that I would make a video today covering ranges in a sense, okay, and showing you some examples uh, where yesterday you could have looked for a few entries on the lower time frame chart, just looking at the actual market as it was ranging, okay? Because some people always ask me, is it possible to be able to trade just from the say for instance the 12 range chart because I trade range based charts, um, and just trade from that chart only if the market is ranging, or if we're ranging even on a higher time frame chart, what are some things I should really look for? It is definitely possible. It can be a little bit more difficult for inexperienced traders because the market is just kind of whipsawing you around, and it's something that you really don't want to really get into doing if you don't have the experience in doing so. I recommend people who are just starting off and getting their footing into the markets, trading whatever market of choice, whether it's the indices, any means of commodities or currencies, whatever it is, trading futures. I would stay out of range in markets until the market breaks a particular area to the upside or to the downside. All right, because when we're trading supply and demand, we're looking for the market to trend significantly, or just move in one position, or not a position, in one direction, either to the upside or to the downside. Because supply and demand style trading works best when the market is actually trending, and it makes sense because, and visually speaking, you can see that the setups cleaner to the eye because you can find those areas where the market's breaking structure to the upside continuously, and where we have areas of demand resting it, and then vice versa to the downside if we're looking for supply. But overall, the number one thing that we always have to look for and pay attention to is structure of the market. Which way is it really moving? Okay, because that's what's most important if you want to be able to trade correctly. Is depicting the overall direction, all right, of the market. So what I'm going to show you centered around about 3 o'clock yesterday on the lower time frame, but you can kind of see it, a small range that took place yesterday. But if you look at the lower time frame, which I'm going to show you, the 12 range chart, this is off my 60 range right now, my higher time frame where I mark a lot of my zones at or from. I'm going to show you on the 12 range chart, the lower base chart, where the market is more visible, where you can see it's kind of just moving sideways. And the question is, can you trade it, when it's doing that? But first, let's talk about the structure. What did we see yesterday? All right, we saw the market just making higher highs and higher lows. And another question that people always ask me is, when the market is making all-time highs, how do I trade it? Well, if it's trending to the upside, the only way to trade it is waiting for a pullback to a key area of demand, where you get a break of structure, pull back to a key area of demand. On the higher, on the higher time frame. Well, on the higher time frame, if you want to draw your zones from there. But when there's no historical data to the left-hand side of the chart in which we can look for opportunities to trade, we have to move with the trend and look for, if the market's trending to the upside, demand setups. If it's taken out and there's no highs, we're making all-time highs, and even to the downside, if the market's moving lower, the same thing. But like right now, we've been making all-time highs, moving from yesterday's session into today's session, and well, we just had a turnaround into the market just to let you know. You can see it now moving to the downside, so we're bearish, but. Getting back to what I was saying, all-time highs, how do you do it? You have to either wait for the market to pull back after a break of structure to a key area of demand, or wait for it to pull back within within range, okay, where there was historical data in which you can trade off of as the market, starts to pull back or possibly even reverse or start to move lower. So the best thing to do is to catch it while it's trending and pull back to demand areas until it pullbacks again to in a range, and within range to where it starts to move maybe back to the downside, okay? But you can see the market was making higher highs and higher lows. So, what is it doing? It's trending to the upside, right? And we're just looking for opportunities to take trades going long. Like right here, this was a long, I mentioned that yesterday, long opportunity. These are demand areas. And then, even like right here, let me see, for example, the market broke up. But yeah, right here, this would have been a demand area right here, right around 318 and a quarter, but the market blasted right through it, and it broke structure pretty much to the downside. All right, so yeah, eventually after made this low here, pulled back, and then it broke structure, breaking below this area here at 285 and a quarter. or 285, all right? But in this small area right here, around 3 o'clock yesterday, you see the market pull back, right? So in this area right here, when it pulled back to this area right here, at this point, we're really still bullish, okay? We haven't broken any significant area of structure yet to start looking for shorts. But can you take short opportunities if we just look at the lower time frame or lower base chart? All right, so first, my play would be this. If it pullbacks within range right here, all right, and I know that this was a area where aggressive buying took place to the upside and broke structure right here at 329 and 3/4. And because it hasn't broken a significant area of structure below here at 287, I would still be interested in taking at least one long position or a long position if it pulls back there, if we get this setup off the lower time frame or lower base chart. When I say time frame, I'm not meaning time-based charts, guys. I don't trade time-based. I just mean on a lower base chart, okay? So my entry chart, those that follow the channel know that it's off of the 12 range chart. Now, I'm not telling anyone to use a 60 and a 12. Whatever works for you, supply and demand is universal. You can trade it, amongst various types of charts, okay? Time frames and ticks, volumes, whatever you use, okay? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that pull back to this area. So, if we get rejection on my lower base chart, then I will be looking for a long opportunity. But I'm going to now move down to the lower time frame because we did start like the kind of range right here in this area. And it'll be more clear and defined what I'm talking about when you see it on the lower base chart. So let's move down right now. So right here, let's pay attention. This is that area right here where the market pulled back to, okay, in this area on the higher base chart. So what I noticed was that, okay, let's say, for example, here, we saw what right here? Aggressive buying to the upside, broke structure, right? So it pulls back. Now, this is not a high probability setup, but still, if it rejects and it does qualify in a sense to where we get the setup, meaning the demand setup where the market breaks structure to the upside and then a pull back to a key area of demand, then I'm going to be interested in possibly taking a long, okay? So now that I'm on my 12 range chart, you can see it right here. This is the area where the market started ranging 3 o'clock into the close of, well, but within, it was a 30-minute range pretty much, okay? And then the market kind of pushed a little higher and then broke lower. But anyways, it ranged for about 30 minutes right here if you see it on the lower time frame chart. So when the market is doing this and it pulled back to that area where there was aggressive buying off of the higher base chart and we get rejection, okay? So we get a break to the upside. But what I'm looking for is a structural break to the upside where there's a key area of demand resting back at that area where it broke structure at. So as it's moving higher right here, okay, making these small little higher highs, okay, to the upside, it pulls back and then it breaks structure right here above 308 and 3/4. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this zone. One is a untested, where there's a demand zone, where there's a gap at. So that makes this area a high probability demand setup on the lower base chart. So if the market comes back to this area right here and we get rejection, I'm going long back up to take out the highs up here at least. Okay, so that makes sense to me. And that's what it does. You get the rejection right here, you go long. Simple as that. Okay, and after that, I'm going to start to follow to see what the market is doing. Okay, all right, is it going to break higher right here to continue to the upside and break above this area here? And at that point when it starts to break structure on the lower base chart and we get that demand set up, my mind is thinking, okay, maybe they're going to go up and test the highs right here, but they didn't. The market started ranging, okay, because you can see it clearly on the lower time frame. Yep, it took out this high on the lower base chart, but then it started ranging. And if you pay attention, you got to see what took place on the lower base chart. Now, still, we are bullish, right? But on the lower time frame chart, if you pay attention, okay, now this is not a major structure break even on a lower time frame, but this is what I would classify more so like a minor structure break or a internal structure break to the downside, to where it's the trend on the lower time frame. Well, I don't want to say trend, but the direction on the lower time frame shifts from being bullish to bearish, okay, slightly, okay, because we're breaking minor areas of structure. So if you notice here what took place here, yes, we got to pull back to a demand area here. Following suit with the higher time frame, we're bullish. This is a key area of demand on the lower base chart on which I will take my trades from. Go long, right? But look, after it made this high up here at 322, what did it do then? It turned back around and we got a break right here. We got a break right here. You know, the market starts to break right below this area here at 18,300. So the market breaks below that area. So I'm slightly bearish on my lower base chart, not my higher time frame chart. So this is where people have a confliction or a question about trading against the grain. Yes, I wouldn't recommend doing so if you don't have the experience. But this again is a video about trading within ranges on a lower base chart. Even though a higher base chart may be showing you something different. The higher base base chart is bullish. But because we're breaking minor areas of structure where it's taking out, structure to the downside, okay, I could possibly be looking for a short opportunity. Because it looks like now we're setting up for a range to where the market is going to start moving sideways. So it breaks structure here below 18,300. Now, if you look to see what happened when it broke structure below, what is this area right here now? Supply. Why? Because you have all this aggressive selling, all those red candles to the downside. You see that there? All right. And some people will say, well, could you have taken a trade right here with this been a demand? A supply setup? All right, let me show you. To go short, I wasn't taking this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why? Because you have support right here below. It didn't break through that area of support yet. Okay. Even though it wicked right below it, it didn't break through it. So when it pulled back to it, it rejected. It got the break and close. Fake out there, buddy. Take a look. It comes down and there's support resting right here, all in here. So what does it do? It pushes back higher to test the area of supply above. That's why I talk about if you get the break of structure, look to take the trade where the origination or the move started to take place, which was back up in here where it broke structure to the downside right below 18,300. This was the original move with the aggressive selling that took out this area here. Okay? I wouldn't take in the trade, even though this is supply right here. I wouldn't take in this trade because support is right here. I take the trade, boom, maybe get a couple ticks and then blast back off to the upside against me. So that's why I wouldn't have taken that opportunity there. So let's take that off. This was the opportunity to take the trade. Now, this would have been all I'm doing at this point here because we're trading. We're looking for, because this is off of the lower base chart. Look, I really don't have to look for that whole setup of looking for the break of structure on a lower base chart. And look, the moment it breaks structure below on a lower time frame chart, okay, this is the setup off of a lower time frame chart without looking at anything else. It pulls back to that zone right there, okay, supply. I'm going to take the trade at the break of the candle. The break of the candle was at 18,314.5. See, that last bullish up candle, that bearish candle that broke below that last bullish up candle. Get the break right there below that candle. I'm going short. Where I'm going to aim for, back down here at the lows. And look what it does. Break of the candle, 314 and a half, 314 and a quarter, comes all the way back and it actually breaks below here at 296. So if you got in that trade to run it back to the lows, beautiful setup. Now let's say this here. Let's say you got into that trade at 314 and a half, 314 and a quarter, okay? And you just ran it back down here to say 308 and a half. And you said, oh, okay, well, I took profit, right? But it throws you another setup right here to where there's another break of structure that takes place here. Pushes lower, pulls back, breaks lower, pulls back, breaks slightly above here, breaks structured below here at 302. And look, the moment it pulls back right here at 307 and a half, you get the break and close of the candle below. You can take it and allow it to continue running to take out this low, which I just talked about at 296. So if you got in, I probably got in this trade aggressive right here, but if you got in here at the break, let's say 303, look, it goes all the way down to 296 right there. So you pick yourself up what is that? Hold on, I'm sorry. We get the break here at hold on a second. Where was I at? Oh, right here, 303. Pick yourself up 6 points right there. Okay, so break and it breaks lower and below this low right here. So you could have gotten into 3 setups just off of this small little range right here. Sometimes the market will range for a period of time. Sometimes it will range just maybe for 30 minutes, or it could possibly be an hour. We just never know when it's going to break that range. But this is a range on the lower base chart, okay? The first setup was it threw us with a nice long because what took place here? It pulled back, aggressive buying, pulls back here. Not a high probability setup off of the higher time frame, but if we just scale down or move down to our lower base chart and we saw this where it pushed back up to the upside and created this beautiful break of structure back to the upside with this demand area or demand zone rested at, take that trade going long. Then it flipped on us and came down and broke structure below, pulls back to a key area, sets us up for a nice area of supply, take the trade going short. All right. 2 trades within what? Let's see here. This was at around, let's just say 305 right there, right? 305 Eastern time, okay? And then another trade set up right here at 315. So 10 minutes apart, you could have gotten to two trades. And if you got into this trade right here at the break and the close of the candle at 305 and taking it to the highs up here, you could have possibly easily picked up 8, 9, 10 points right there, flipped it, and you could have definitely picked up 10 points on this trade right here. And that's 20 points in less than 10 minutes. Easy, per contract, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about and show you, that you can take trades ranging. Is it difficult? It is. Can you do it? Yes, but you really have to know what you're looking for. All right? There was multiple setups here, a few setups right here, back to back. So just be careful if you're someone that's new to trading. I wouldn't start off trying to trade in ranges. I would definitely take my trades in the direction, the supply and demand zones, in the direction of how the market is trending off the higher base chart. But like I always say, the best thing to do to give you the most high probability trades or position you into some of the high probability setups will be taking the trade in the direction with the higher time frame chart. Like this trade here, this is a beautiful setup to go long because we're moving in the direction with the higher time frame. Higher time frame or higher base chart is bullish, so take a trade going long. All right. Now, when you start trading against the grain, the higher base chart is bullish, but now we're starting to show a little bit of weakness on the lower time frame or lower base chart. Then be careful about doing that, because now you're trading against the grain, and those scalps could be very, very small. But it just depends on how the market's moving and how it's ranging. But I want to share this with you guys today, and hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully if you just kind of, practice this in time. But again, I don't recommend anybody who's new to trading within ranges, because it's a lot of chop and you can get mixed up and chopped out. And the worst thing you want to do is blow an account because you're trying to trade in a range and catch every little thing that you see. Sometimes that's what I always say: measure the distance, measure the opportunity back at the zone to see how much area you have to trade to. That's following price action. Okay. But outside of that, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Also, make sure to turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads. And last but not least, please drop a like on the video if you found value in today's content. If you're interested in becoming a Discord member, because people always ask me, or send comments or whatever the case is, we do have a Discord. It's free of charge. All you have to do is find the link down in the description portion of the video. Scroll down to the description portion of the video. You'll see a link that says Discord. You can join by clicking on that. If you're interested in joining, one thing people always ask: how do I become an elite member? Well, the link to become an elite member is right below the link below in the description where it says Discord. You'll see a link that says become a elite member. Click on that. Make sure you choose a tier that says elite support. What is it? Elite channel supporter or elite channel member. That tier there is the one you want to click on, because there's going to be two tiers that pop up. The second one is the one you want to choose. It's $6.99. What do you receive? People always ask me. The trade breakdowns, that's where I go into detail. I have a slew of videos already posted on the private side to the channel for those who are elite members, to where you can gain access to the trade breakdowns. I basically walk through trade setups as if you were sitting right next to me, talk about the trade setups, analyzing the market prior to, talking about what I'm looking for, why I got into the trade, stop loss, profit targets, things of that nature. That's what I'm talking about, and you can see the trades that I'm taking. It has helped lots of people tremendously who are part of the community. So if you're interested, not forcing anyone's hand, that's additional information or video content that you can gain access to. It's only $6.99, and all you're doing is supporting me as a content creator. In return, I'm giving back, some type of or means of reward and perks through YouTube. So I appreciate every one of you that are currently supporting the channel in efforts, and receiving those videos. I'm sure they have helped you out tremendously. So again, that link to becoming a member is down in the description portion of the video. But that's all I wanted to share with you guys today on this Friday. I didn't really do too much trading today, and I didn't really see a lot of activity going on the Discord. So I'm not sure if people were kind of getting maybe chopped up and didn't quite understand the direction of the market. Yeah, we were bullish, and boom, it slammed to the downside, breaking structure. So you have to be able to see that and understand the market can change. The trend can change, the tide can change at any given point. But have a great weekend. I'll see everyone in the next video.